Hey, what's up, YouTube? This Enoch coming back with another video, 777. The title of the video is going to be about not everybody is meant to wake up. Once you open your first eye, you'll be by yourself, most likely. So let me explain. You cannot go back in the past and fix a relationship with some of the people that you came up with, you grew up with. That has ended. That cycle is over with. Let me explain. So, there is a shift happening. A separation. Basically like a line going straight through the earth that is forcing certain people to go a certain path. Now, the next time you go to the store and you buy Pepsi, which you shouldn't, but you buy this anyways, look at it, examine it. What you will see is a circle, like the earth, a world. Now, what I mean by this is that particular logo, it represents the split of dimensions. In the middle, you have that line. On both of the sides, you have the demons, the people that is asleep in the matrix on that side. The other side, you have the people that is about to wake up, the people that is awoke, and the spiritual beings, being the angels, the gods, and the goddesses. So you get what I'm saying? All these realities has clashed together. Next time you go to the store, look at that shit. I told you that. So let's continue. So with the fifth dimensional shift, once you wake up, people are not going to be able to relate to you at all, especially people that you was friends with years ago, a long time ago. That shit is over. Remember when I told you that you are going to be forced to go a certain route by nature. So this is why it is very important for you to wake up now and to decide, because you can see this whenever you talk to other people where everything is heading. We don't have long left at all. And I can see that. I know you can see it. You know, every day we wake up, we have to look at this shit, and it's BS. So let's continue. The point I'm trying to make is that a certain event played out that helped me see what was really going on as far as with me trying to fix certain relationships that may have not worked out in the past. And I seen that tonight. So it was a person that I was dating way back then, and we inboxed each other on a friend level, nothing serious. We got into a deep conversation. I ended up saying, like, didn't you lie about being pregnant? And she was like, no, that was true. And I was like, what you mean that was true? And she was like, yes, it was. And I got flashbacks, I got visions, because I started to realize that she did sound angry when she told me that. But at the time, I was asleep. I didn't know myself. So I was blind. I was living life. That means evil. So I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to be honest. But at that time, you know, I was caught in my ways. I was just a rolling stone. And that was all. So I didn't trust nobody. I did what I wanted to, and that hurt some people because I didn't know my ways hurted other people, and I didn't know that that girl was really pregnant with my kid, and she ended up telling me that she got an abortion. So I'm thinking to myself, as of now, I'm like, I know how powerful my two kids are, who they are, and I know who I am. So if my seed would have made it here, Like, that is very powerful. Like, we are bringing the older souls back into this reality to help us with all this BS. And I felt kind of down about that, so I felt guilty. We ended up exchanging numbers at that point. So stage one, we was texting. Everything was good. I'm checking up on her and asking her how she doing. And she ended up telling me that she was pregnant. Not with my kid, with somebody else's kid. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is karma working itself out. So maybe I need to witness this. So I stuck by her. I'm texting her still. I'm like, y'all okay? You know, if you ever need to talk to me or anything, I'm here. So she asked me a question. I already knew. I figured like, hey, she might be hungry. She might ask about food, so she did. So when she asked me, at first I was like, okay, I'll do this one time and that's it, because I don't know what is actually happening. I just know that this was placed in front of me and I feel kind of bad, so I want to be there for her, if that makes any sense. So like I said, she asked me to get her something to eat, so I did that. And I did that to be genuine, kind-hearted, because, you know, about the past. But I was like, I only can do this once, because she asked me not to delete the app. I told her that I did because I didn't need the shit to send her money. So she was like, nah, keep the app because I may ask you for something else. And I was like, no, that is not how it's going to go. Like, I'm not that type of person. You cannot use me or anything like that. I am just being nice, you know, and I never paid for nothing in my life, including pussy. I never paid for that stuff. I don't have to, but I did that because I was being nice. But anyways, moving forward. So stage 2, going up to stage 3. So with stage 2, right, it was some type of friction. We was going back and forth texting, but it was decent. It was good. Nothing was wrong, but I could tell that maybe how I came off, she kind of was like, okay, like, I see what it is. Like, I can't really, you know what I'm saying, fuck with him like that. But we started talking about zodiac signs and tarot cards, and she told me that she watched the tarot card readings online, and I was like, okay, she might be woke. She know what's going on, but clearly she didn't. So as the conversation continued, you know, getting up to stage 3, what actually played out was that we got into like a spiritual conversation somehow, and I basically told her that I wanted to tell her something before we went any further. Now, y'all know what I'm talking about. I wanted to open up to her, just being a friend, and to let her know who she was actually, you know what I'm saying, interested in back then. Who is that person right now? So I basically told her who I was as in Horus, and I told her about religion, and I told her that the story of Jesus was about Horus, Heru. Heru means hero. Superman, Clark Kent, that was about Horus. And why is this? Because Kal was one of Horus's name, and they transferred that to Superman and gave him that name. Horus is the real Superman. So I told her that Jesus Christ was about Horus, and everything escalated. You know how you play Resident Evil, or when you was younger and you played the Nintendo 64 or what the fuck ever, and basically on a video game, right, you have all the fucking zombies. They coming at you like trying to eat you alive and shit, brainless zombies, and you that person with the gun, right? And you trying to kill their ass out, but you really is the person that is awoke in the Matrix, that is enlightened, that is spiritually awoke. So that is what Resident Evil is about. You can hear other people talking about that, but at that point I felt like that was what was going on. So I was obviously being attacked by somebody who I thought was awoke and genuine. But I came to realize that this shift is happening, and you just can't repair even a friendship with certain people and try to be there for them, because like everything is just not the same. It can never go back, maybe next lifetime. But we started talking about God somehow after I told her who she was, and she basically was saying that there is only one God. And I was like, no, there isn't. Like, there is a supreme creator that created everything, but a God and the supreme creator, that is two different things. Because with gods and goddesses, this is on a lower aspect, because they are in charge of a particular thing, maybe being the firmament, the wind, the earth, things like that, fire, water, things like that. There are different gods that represent a particular thing. So you get what I'm saying? But basically, with the gods and goddesses, what this is that some of us, we have access to immortality, meaning that we're not playing God. We just have that capability to be able to create a whole nother vessel and come back into this reality. Like, this shit is really going on. So when you see the sun this over certain Egyptians' head, this means that they have that ability to be able to go in and out of different dimensions, being the death state back into the life state. So that is what that means. So you have the key to immortality. That is what the Ankh represented, the female womb. Wake the fuck up. So we was talking about that, and basically she just said like, I don't agree with this. You're crazy. You need to go to the hospital and stuff like that. And at that point, I was getting aggravated, because I'm like, okay, I obviously do not have to keep going back and forth with this fucking mindless person, but I respect her and I liked her because the chemistry, and when we was dating and stuff like that. So I was holding on to that, but I had to wake up and realize that, what I'm saying, this ain't the same no more. Certain people is meant to stay asleep, and certain people is meant to wake up. So as I got aggravated, we kept going back and forth, and I was sending her different pictures trying to wake her up, and the shit was not working. So at that point, I was kind of getting fed up, and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm just going to delete her number and not talk to her anymore, because like, clearly, like, I know what the fuck going on, and y'all already know we are the only ones we can talk to, me and y'all, and some other people in your city, your town, your state. But everybody you used to know, go back around them and see what happened. We are so highly evolved, waking up through synchronicity, going home and learning new information and vibrating high, to the point when some of these people, they are stuck on a low level. So when we go back around them, things will be off. We will be way smarter. These people may think we have went insane because of the knowledge that we know, and things like that. And at that point, by us working up our energy and coming into contact with these old people, they are going to feel evil, because all of that bad information that they put in their body and consciousness. This is why certain people get uncomfortable when they come up to you, and you may be coming across certain spiritual videos that may have woken you up. Now you can't go back around regular people. You only have to be around like-minded people like me and yourself. So you get what I'm saying? But she just told me, she was like, oh, you need to go to a hospital, you need medicine and shit like that. And this whole time, I'm trying not to be mean, you know what I'm saying? But I obviously got fed up, and, I kind of said what I said, and it is what it is, but I tried. So that was basically it. For some people, they may never wake up. it may be because some of these people are not what it seems. Meaning that some of these people are just assigned to a certain task, whether that is just to be a simple object in the matrix, or that is to play a certain role, or that person is just an energy, a parasite, a demonic energy that is meant to come across you to fuck you up. And then you have us, the people with actual souls, who have access to immortality, an actual soul who came back to save people like the ones I just talked about. And the crazy thing about it is that I seen good in this person even back then, despite the situation. And I'm sorry that happened. Like, I'm still thinking about this shit now because I wish that I could have brought another life into this reality, but I will have more. Like, so I don't condone anybody getting an abortion. I am a good father and I love children, so I was blind at that point and I didn't know who I was. And even now when I reflect and look back on how I used to be, like, I'm not happy about that because, like, back then I didn't give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, people. Like, you know what I'm saying, I didn't really care how people treated me or how I treated them. I just was like, okay, this is what I want. That's it. I'm gonna leave it there and move on. But at this point, I obviously care about people, and you know, I'm not the same. And I know some people can actually see that, but there is a spiritual battle going on. So you have been selected. Once you wake up and you just look around you and you realize this is not your own, the people is going to start coming your way and, you know, kind of trying to attack you and separating from you, because this is just you opening your eyes and taking the blindfolds off of you to actually see everything play out. But with me saying all of this, this is a very beautiful event. This is something that we all came back here for. So even though people may not believe in us, we just get this first eye vision, these they little glasses, to be able to see these events fold out. And like I told y'all about 2020, man, ain't nothing to be scared about because you are fucking woke. You are not like them. So with me saying this, you can see this on a daily basis. Watch out, man. Look at these videos, man. Look at these videos of the music. Look at the entertainers. You know, just different people that is famous. And look at just the normal daily basis type stuff around you, and you will start to see that there is something going on and something is strange about this reality, and a lot of people is not going to see what you see. So this Enoch 777, peace.